Good morning and namaskaram to all. Yeah, how is audio? Audio is okay? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudevasudam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manasandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra Ena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetre Kapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namah Sarvopanishadu Gavo Dha Gopalanandanaham Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathamapi Karnaghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatam Nanaakyanaka Kesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepi Yamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pangajam Kalimalah Pradbham Sinasreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangapada Kramopanishader Gayam Diyam Samagaha ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 17th chapter, Shradhaa-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogam. Last week we completed up to verse number 22nd and then we just started 23. We'll continue from 23. So Bhagavan explained to Arjuna the Shraddha, Sattvika Shraddha, Rajasic and Tamasic Shraddha, and the various Shraddhas in Yajnam, Danam, Tapas, etc. Vangmaya Tapas, Sharirigam Tapas, Manasigam Tapas, all that Bhagavan explained, and we have to establish ourselves in Sattvika Shraddha only. And so how to remain in Sattvika Shraddha? Next 5 verses Bhagavan gives practically how this can be applied in our life. How this can be practically applied. To stay established in Brahma Bhavana, how to do this? So we'll start with 23rd, 17:23. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha brahmanas tribidha smritaha brahmanas tena vedascha yajñascha vihitah pura. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha brahmanas tribidha smritaha brahmanas tena vedascha yajñascha vihitah pura. Om Tat Sat. Okay, iti. These 3 words, Om Tat Sat. These 3 words are, or the 3 names are for Brahmanaha, for Brahman. It is named Smritaha in Upanishads. It is mentioned in Upanishad that Om Tat Sat. These 3 names are given to the Brahman by the Upanishad from very ancient times, Pura. From old, very, very, very ancient times, these words are given. Tena, with these 3 names, Brahmanaha, thus Brahmajnanis, or who want to realize Brahman. Okay, Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha means who are in the path of spirituality for self-realization, or who are Brahmajnanis, Brahmanaha, Vedaha cha, all Vedas also, Yajnaha cha, Yagam, Yajnam, etc., all that, Vihitaha. All of them, Brahmanaha, Vedaha, Yajnaha cha, Vihitaha, they have all accepted these 3 names as the name of Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagavan. Okay, that is the meaning. See, the world, okay, the Prapancham, the universe that is appearing in front of us is Brahman. Okay, the universe that is appearing in front of us is Brahman. Okay, where is this world arising? It arises in consciousness, in Bhagavan. In Ishvara only this is appearing. Okay, in the consciousness the world appears. See, anything that appears in consciousness has to be consciousness only. Right? Suppose a dog gives birth to a puppy, to a child, the child has to be a puppy only. It cannot be a snake. Correct? Dog cannot give birth to a snake. Similarly, if the whole universe is appearance in consciousness or is created in consciousness or by the consciousness, that world has to be consciousness only. It has to be Bhagavan only. Is it not? So, when this is revealed to the rishis, when this knowledge that the world that is appearing in front of us, they are not split, they are not, the Veda Buddhi is not there, they are not, you are not different from me, I and you are not different, this and that, this difference doesn't exist. Whatever you are seeing, okay, is the universal consciousness. It is the Brahman, Sakshat Paramatma. It is, when this was revealed to the rishis, they wanted to spread this knowledge to everyone, so that there is no dukkham in this world. They want that everyone to be happy, everyone to remain happy, right? So they coined these terms, these three, that Om, Tat, Sat. So these names, they shall point to the Vastu. What is the Vastu here? Bhagavan, right? So these three names, they formed in all Upanishads. Sometimes this Om is called Pranavam. Yes, Chandasa Mrishabho Vishwarupaha. Taittiriya Upanishad says, right? That is Pranavam, Om. And also Taittiriya Upanishad says, what it says? Om iti Brahma, Om iti Dagum Sarvam. Om iti Brahma. Om means Brahman. And what is this Brahman? Om iti Idagum Sarvam. All of that, Idagam Sarvam, anything that you see as Idam, anything, whatever. So each individual's Idam is whatever is that Idam, whatever they see, right? You see a world, the sun sees another, right? So a moon will have its own experience of this universe. So whatever is their prapancham, whatever is being experienced by everyone is their prapancham, their universe. That is an appearance in consciousness, and that is Brahma. Okay? So, Om iti Brahma. So, Om iti Idagam Sarvam. Om means the whole universe. And Om also means Brahman. Why? Because Brahman is what is appearing as this universe. So, Om, they coined. In our Bhagavad Gita, 88th chapter, Akshara Brahma Yogam, you have this, right? 8th chapter, one second. In Akshara Brahma Yogam, 13th verse. Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan ma manusmaran yah prayadityajan deham sayati paramam gatim. Bhagavad Gita says, Om iti eka aksharam brahma vyaharan ma manusmaran. By chanting the letter or word Om, by chanting Om, ma manusmaran, one who is remembering me by chanting the word Om. Not by merely chanting the word Om, but by chanting the word Om and remembering me as Brahman. Okay? Yaha prayati tyajan deham. One who leaves this body and yati, one who leaves this world, or one who chants this word and drops this body. Sa yati paramam gatim. He merges in me. This is the promise of Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So, Om should be chanted as knowingly, with the knowledge, with the clear understanding that Om means Brahman, Om means Bhagavan. So, yes, then suppose somebody say, I will chant at the last moment. Now let me do my own things. It will not happen. If we don't practice chanting Om and remembering Bhagavan at all times, at the last moment, if we don't practice, that Om will not come. At that time, what we will remember is, who is standing in front of me. Right? And who is standing? Oh, this is my son. Oh, this is I am going to leave my son or my daughter or my wife or my husband, like that. This only we will remember. Or we will look at the house and I am going to leave all of this, or the wealth. They will remember the money in the bank. Nobody will remember Om if it is not practiced right from now onwards. If it is not practiced, we will not remember. Right? There is a funny story. An old man who had 5 sons. Okay, this old man, he had a lot of shops and all, many shops, electric shops, hardware shop, all that, many computer shop, paint shop, like that, many shops he had. And each son was given one shop. And he was on his deathbed, and then he looked around. He counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All sons are there. Suddenly he shouted, "Who is there in the shop?" And he died. So this will be the last moment thought if we don't remember Bhagavan and chant Om. Okay, people will remember all the property, money, etc. only. So that is the reason why Om has to be chanted knowingly. Knowing that Om means Brahman. So what Bhagavan says? Om Tat Saditi Nirdesha. So Om, this is the Om. Om means Brahman. Then Tat. Another important padam, another important word is Tat. That. That means the ultimate cause of this world. Parama Karanam. Right? The Parama Karanam, the fundamental thing. The fundamental thing is Brahman. Like gold is the fundamental thing of any ornament. Whether it is bangle, whether it is a chain or a necklace, gold is the fundamental thing. Similarly, Brahman is the fundamental cause of this whole universe. So, Tat means that. That means the Paramakaranam. That Tat is explained in detail in Chandogya Upanishad by Uddalaka Muni to his son as well as disciple Shvetaketu. 9 times he chanted Tatvamasi. Tat Tvam Asi. Tat, which indicates, see, Tat means there are 2. Tat means Vachyartham and Lakshyartham. Word meaning is Tat, that. Lakshyartham is Brahman. Okay, Paramatma. So, Tat Tvamasi, you are that. Or, hey, Soumya, you are that. Tat Tvamasi. So, that is the, Tat means what? Ultimate cause, Brahman. So, Om is Brahman. Tat means the ultimate cause of this universe. And then the third, Sat. Sat. Sat means the truth. Okay, or existence. Pure existence. That is why in Chandogya Upanishad, there itself, he says, Sadeva Saumya idam agra asid. Sat eva, hey Saumya, a child, idam agra asid. In the beginning, in the very beginning, there was only that Sat alone was there. The pure existence alone was there. When, unadulterated Sat, okay, when it gets mixed with the mind, right, this Prapancham starts. So, without any sankalpam, without any thoughts, okay, no thoughts, absolutely thoughtlessness, no mindhoodness. Mind is that there are a lot of thoughts, and the thoughts, if the thoughts are on karma and karma phalam, then it is adulterated. Okay, so without any thought or without the creation of this universe, without which appeared as names and forms, before the appearing of names and forms also, only existence existed. Only pure existence was there. That is Sat. So what does that mean? Om Tat Sat means, meaning Brahman is the ultimate cause and it is the pure existence, okay, or pure consciousness, bodham it is. So, one who want to be Brahmajnanis, one who wants to realize Brahman, and also by all Brahmajnanis, they chant Om Tat Sat. They chant Om Tat Sat. See, Om Tat Sat is chanted by, even during all the rituals of our ritual, all the ceremonies, during all the yajnam, danam, tapas, etc. All through that, Om Tat Sat is chanted. Even while accepting a dakshina and while giving a dakshina, Om Tat Sat is to be chanted. You know, in rituals we say Om Hiranyagarbhagarbhastam, like that. And at the end, Om Tat Sat, and the money, etc. is given, or any dhanam is given to the priest. And the priest has to accept it by saying Om Tat Sat. So, why we are chanting Om Tat Sat? Means it is the Brahman alone exists. Om is Brahman. Only Bhagavan exists here. So, Om is Brahman. Tat, Om, the ultimate cause of this universe, and Sat, that is the pure consciousness and that is the pure existence. Okay, Om Tat Sat. So, we should chant Om Tat Sat at all times during every action, not only yajnam, not only during yagam, not only during dhanam, not only during any austerities, tapas, etc. Otherwise also, during all karmas, during performing every karma, we should be chanting Om Tat Sat. Okay, so that is why Krishna says here, Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha brahmanas tribidha smrataha. It is the word for Om Tat Sat. These three words are the names prescribed by the Upanishad right from the ancient times. With these three names, Brahmajnanis, or those who are in the path of realizing Brahman, or sadhakas, all the spiritual people, and Vedaha, Yajnaha cha, Vedas, Yajnas, all the Brahmanas also, they have accepted these three names as Brahman or Sakshat Bhagavan. So this is to be chanted, okay, at all times. See, when an individual, okay, when an individual starts this inquiry of what is this Om Tat Sat, what is this Om, okay, they start tracing this I. It is the I, okay, it is the consciousness, okay, it is the consciousness which is available with every one of us, okay. So the inquiry is to find this who am I. So when one turns inwards, traces this I and explores. Explores means inquiry only, Atma Vicharam. And this, then what is this I made of? Then what will happen is the ego I. What is the small I or the ego? The one who thinks I am this body, I am with this body, I am doing actions. I am doing karma. I am doing a lot of action with the body and mind also, right? So, the action which I do with my body is the ego. That disappears because we are trying to find even the source of this ahankara. The source of this ahankara, then only Sat remains. Only the Sat remains. That is the I. That is the original I, the big I. That alone remains. The other one is a superimposition. Okay, that disappears. The Chidabhasa disappears. The reflected consciousness disappears. The notion of I am the doer disappears and it merges in I, the big I, the existence. That is the Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asit. Before the names and forms came into existence, before this world appeared in me, I alone existed. I alone exist now and I alone will exist all the time. So that realization of the Sat, okay, this is realized within oneself, within every individual during meditation, and that is to constantly remember. So while chanting Om or Om Tat Sat, this truth that we can always remember it by chanting Om Tat Sat, right? Om Tat Sat. That is, God alone exists. Brahman is the Paramakaranam, and Tat, that which is the ultimate cause. Om Brahman, the ultimate cause, and it is the pure existence that alone exists here. Right? The small I don't exist. I mean, the doer thing doesn't exist. This is the inquiry, and this is the practice also, and this is the meditation also. So one who constantly practices this ultimately has to become that only. There is no other way. There is no doubt about it. Have absolutely no doubt. We'll move to verse number 24. Tasmat omityudahritya yajnadana tapah kriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. Tasmad. Tasmad means Om Tat Sat. Chanting this mantra, while chanting the Om Tat Sat, remembering Om. Okay, Tasmad means chanting Om Tat Sat. Om, remembering Om as Brahman, what happens? The life is turned, or the whole life becomes Brahma Yajnam. Okay, because of the chanting of Om in Om Tat Sat, the whole life becomes Brahma Yajnam. Satatam, always. Satatam. Brahmavadinam. Brahmavadinam means who are seeking Brahman. Right? Like all sadhakas who are in the path of spirituality for self-realization. Vidhanoktaha. This is as prescribed by the Shastram. What all? Yajna, Dana, Tapah, Kriyaha. All these types of karmas, all three types of karmas. Yajnam also is a karma only. Yajnam is when a karma is done without any attachment or expecting or desire for any karma phalam, then it is called yajna. Okay, Danam also, all the charity what that everyone does, and tapas, all sort of austerities, and kriyaha, mean all swadharma. Okay, whatever we are doing, any actions, Omityudahritya, by chanting Om aloud, we can chant the word Om by knowing its meaning. If we don't chant Om aloud, it's fine, but we have to chant Om inside us by knowing that the meaning of Om. That Sarvam Brahmamayam. That is what Om means. Om iti Brahma. Om means Brahman. Om is the God. Om Tat Sat. We already said about all explained. So by chanting the word Om, we remember God at all times. See, many of the ashrams, many of the swamis and the other disciples, they chant Om only. Even for mic testing also, they say Om. While making a call, they say Om. Like that. Why? Because by chanting this Om, we remember Bhagavan at all times. Ityudahritya, by chanting Om aloud, pravartade, they practice this. Therefore, as prescribed by the scriptures, tasmad, as prescribed by the scriptures, that is vidhanoktaha, the followers of Vedas always begin and end also. They begin any sacrifice, any yajnam, any charity, any dhanam they give, and any tapas they do, whatever tapas they do, by uttering the syllable Om. Okay, so Om is that important, and we have to remember Om, and we have to chant Om or Om Tat Sat at all times in our heart. By understanding the meaning of Om and by assimilating the knowledge that we have gained through the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that is why the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. This is the mantra for performing any karma. This is the mantra to be mantra to be chanted for doing all our karma, all our actions to be converted as a Brahma Yajnam. Okay, it is a Brahma Yajnam. Remember Bhagavan, God at all times, and all the karma is offered to Bhagavan. All the karma phalam also is offered to Bhagavan. Okay, and whatever be the result, whatever it may be, we accept it as Bhagavat Prasadam. There is no confusion, there is no tension, right? So this is our life has to become a Brahma Yajnam. That is why that 24th sloka of 4th chapter is so important. It is same as whatever is explained here as Om Tat Sat. When we chant Om Tat Sat, it is same as the life itself becomes a Brahma Yajnam. So the Smarana means the remembering. Remembering makes the whole life Brahmarpanam. That's all we have to do. Ma Manusmara Yudhyacha. What Krishna said, Ma Manusmara, remember me, Yudhyacha, do your karma. For Arjuna, it is the war. For you, it's something else. For me, it is something else. Right? So, Ma Manusmara Yudhyacha, do your karma by remembering me. By chanting the mantra Om or Om Tat Sat, this can be achieved. That is why Om Tat Sat is important. So, sometimes the Shraddha, by remembering Om and having a Sattvika Shraddha. What is Sattvika Shraddha? Sattvika Shraddha is all the karma phalam is I have no desire for any karma phalam. No desire. Phalecha is not there. Phalam will be there, but phalecha is not there. Any action will have a result, but I am not attached or bound by it. That is the Sattvika way of doing all karmas. Even if one is Rajasic or Tamasic, okay, but if they keep the Bhagavat Smarana, if they keep remembering God at all times, then slowly they also will be lifted or converted automatically to Sattvika Shraddha. So even if it is Rajasic or Tamasic, but if Bhagavat Smarana is started, one starts this Bhagavat Smarana, it will slowly convert into Sattvika Shraddha. That is why this verse is there, no? We say always, Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite swabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayana yedi samarpayami. All my actions, Kayena vacha, manasa indriyerva, buddhya, Atmanava, all that, Prakrite Swabhavad, by natural process of whatever is happening, Karomi Yadyat Sagalam Parasmai Narayanayati Samarpayami, all of that I offer to Bhagavan, all offer to Narayana. Narayana is Brahman. Okay, so that is why this verse. So the Shraddha, as I mentioned, if the Smarana is there at all times, even if it is Rajasic or Tamasic, it will get converted into Sattvika Shraddha slowly. It will transform into Sattvika Shraddha. Next verse. Next verse confirms this Karma Phalecha Tyagam. 25th verse. Tadityanabhisandhaya phalam yajna tapah kriyaha dana kriyascha vividhaha kriyante mokshakankshibhihi. Tadityanabhisandhaya phalam yajna tapah kriyaha dana kriyascha vividhaha kriyante mokshakankshibhihi. Now this verse Bhagavan talks about the Tat. Tat iti. First Om iti said, now Tat iti. While chanting the mantra Tat, moksha kankshibhihi, those who seek moksham, those who want liberation, those who want to be a Jivan Mukta, phalam anabhisandhaya, totally renouncing the desire for all laukika products, all the material benefits. One who is totally renouncing the desire for the material benefits. So the desire is from the mind. So that is internal renunciation. So phalam anabhisandhaya, totally renouncing the desire for the material benefits. Yajna tapah kriyaha, sacrifices, all the austerities, and all karmas, whatever karmas. Vividaha dana kriyaha cha, all the danam, etc., charity that we do, everything kriyante, they practice or they perform. Okay. So already we explained, Om represents Brahman, Tat. Okay. The goal is Brahma Prapti. So Tat Padam points to that. Okay. Tat. Iti anabhisandhaya phalam. So phalam anabhisandhaya, by totally renouncing the desire for material benefits, one who is practicing, okay, the whatever practices they do, yajnam, tapas, danam, etc., they practice this by chanting the mantra tat. So tat means what? Tat, already we explained, tat, that. It is the ultimate cause. That means Brahman and Brahma Prapti. That is the goal. So Tat Padam points to that. Whatever is the focus, we attain that. That is the rule. Right? Whatever be our bhavam, we reach there. One wants to be an IAS officer, naturally he will become IAS officer. Right? So whatever be our bhavam, whatever we want to become, we will become that. So if the bhavam is to realize self and then become Brahman, or realize Brahman, will become Brahman only. Definitely this is a fact. See, if one desires to become someone, okay, musician, ultimately that individual, that Jivan becomes a musician. If not in this life, next life. Correct? So similarly, one wants to be a Brahman, definitely will become Brahman only. So for that, what we have to do? That mumukshutvam should be there. Okay? The desire to be free must be there initially. And ultimately that desire also will vanish because he realizes himself as Brahman only. I don't need to do anything to become Brahman. Because my true nature is Brahman. So that desire also will fall off. Okay? So that is how the desire to be, the mumukshutvam is necessary. And then ultimately that desire also will fall off. Because that individual realizes that, oh, I was never other than Brahman. I was ever Brahman. There is no baddha. There is nobody is bound here. Everyone is free only. All the time I was free. But I did not realize it. I realize it now. That's all. So only the self-realization, not self-becoming. Okay. So here the goal is Brahma Prapti, and for that what to do? We have to renounce the Baudhika Phalam. Okay. See, if the desire is for Baudhika Phalam, if Baudhika Phalam is the goal, what will happen? Once the Baudhika Phalam is obtained, see, this is a very important point. Suppose you desire for a particular object. Okay. All the time while doing the karma, we will be always thinking about the result of it. Is it not? Think about it. The moment you get it, we forget that. See, you want to become a, say, I want to become a millionaire. The moment you touch that, the thought to become that is over. Right? Suppose you want to reach from here to Delhi. All the time, till the time you are reaching Delhi, you will be thinking, when I am going to reach Delhi, when I am going to reach Delhi. The moment you touch Delhi, you forget when I am going to reach Delhi. The thought is gone. Is it not? But all the time, the thought is there. Similarly, Brahma Prapti is also similar. You connect it now. All the time, you should be remembering or thinking about Bhagavan only. But the moment you reach there, then there is no more mumukshutvam is thought. Mumukshutvam, that the thought that I want to be free will not be there. It will be gone. That means the desire also will fall off. Desire to be free will go. I hope I conveyed the message. So if the focus is Brahman, focus also must be there. Then only Brahma Prapti is possible. We have to have the focus. We should have the desire to become Brahman, or to realize self must be there at all times. And the only way is remember. Remember, ma manusmara yudhyacha. Remember that all the time by using the word Om, by using the word Tat. So for that, we have to get rid of the thoughts on other objects of this world. We have to get rid of the thoughts on other things. Mind should be dwelling only on God. If the mind is dwelling on various things here, I will think about this also and I will think about God also. It will not happen. You think of God and don't worry about the result. Let the result come. In that, let it come. Don't get attached to it. Okay? When we all do our karma, say going to the office or earning money, etc., is fine. But during the time, think of Bhagavan. The goal is Brahma Prapti is the goal. In the process, we might get money. Don't get attached to it. Okay, let it come, let it go. Think of God only. Don't worry about money or property or relations. I will do this also, I will do that also, will not work. Okay, Brahma Prapti is the goal. So for that, use the word Om, Tat Sat, etc. as a tool, and remember God and do the karma. We look after the family, we look after the society, we look after this, we do this social service, we do dhanam, we do yajnam, we do different austerities, we go to this Sabarimala, we go to Manas Sarovar, Kailash Manas Sarovar, everywhere, all that we do. But the Brahma Prapti is the goal. During the process, many things come and go. But that is not the goal at all. There is absolutely no attachment towards any of this. That is possible by chanting the Om or Om Tat Sat, etc. Remember God. Ma manusmara yudhyacha. Okay. So this is what this verse says. Tadityanabhisandhaya phalam. Anabhisandhaya phalam. See how many times Krishna is saying this. How many times? Phalam anabhisandhaya. You renounce the desire for your material benefits. Right from the verse 1 only, Bhagavan is saying the same thing. 17th chapter, we are finishing, still Bhagavan is saying the same thing. There is no other way. We have to remember God. That is all. So, goal should be Brahma Prapti. Tat Padam Ucharanam. Tat Padam. The chanting of the word Tat helps to remember that Brahma Prapti. Okay. So, Anabhisandhaya Phalam. No brooding over the fruit of action. That is the point. No brooding over, thinking about the phalam. What will happen? How much I will get? What will happen if I lose? This is brooding over the thing. Such a person practices all actions, yajnam, spiritual practices, other actions as well, without any desire for the personal benefits. Okay? So, there is no egoistic motive. There is no any separate motive. I want to be known by all. Okay, by having this particular bangla or this one, everyone will know me. All that should not be there. Okay. Then, with this attitude, you can see that all Jivan Muktas, they work. You can see Jivan Muktas, these Jnanis, they will be constantly working. We can see in this world also, there are so many Mahatmas who are working day and night. All the time they do the work. They do. Without rest they work. They work like, they will appear like anyone else. Right? It's like they work like common man, you will see. But they have absolutely no egoistic motive. Their heart is always on God. Okay, their heart is always on God, and such Jivan Muktas, see, these jnanis, they may be very poor, they may not have any bank balance. For food, they may have only a begging bowl, right? But their mind is always on God. Whereas a worldly person may be very wealthy, have crores of money in their bank, a lot of properties, etc., but the mind is a begging bowl, asking for more. This is the difference between a Jivan Mukta and a common man, worldly person. A worldly person's mind is a begging bowl, whereas a Jivan Mukta's mind is dwelling on God. That person may be poor or may be wealthy, doesn't matter. But their mind is not a begging bowl. Next, Bhagavan is going to discuss about the word Sat, Satpadam. Sadbhave, Sadhubhave cha, Sadityedat prayujyate, Prashaste karmani tadha, Satchabdah partha yujyate. The word Sat, okay, Sat is used in the sense of reality and goodness. And also, Arjuna, the word Sat is used in the sense of an auspicious act. Sadbhave, Sat already we explained in today's class also, existence, the pure non-dualness, isness. Okay, that alone is the Brahman. Sadhu bhavecha. So, what is sadhu bhave? Means actions. See, sadhu bhava means all that actions, whatever actions that shall lead towards the truth. Okay, that is sadhu bhava. That actions which is leading towards the satyam, sat. Iti etad, the word sat prayujyate is used or chanted. Hey Arjuna, Partha, tadha prashaste karmani. Similarly, during all the auspicious actions or mangala karma, during any good auspicious occasions or auspicious actions that one performs by giving charity or any other function at home like marriages or anything, whatever it is, during any other puja or any mangala karma, similarly during auspicious actions, sat shabdaha uchyate. The sat padam or the sat is also chanted. See, Bhagavan is explaining why Om Tat Sat is so important in our day-to-day life. Okay, explained about Om, explained about Om Tat, and now Sat. So, Sat means pure existence. Sadeva Saumya Idam Agrasid. Sat alone existed here. Right? Even before the names and forms are formed, Sat alone existed. And the Jivan Muktas knows that only Sat exists even now. Sat, all the experiences are of the Sat only. Right? There is the Sat experiences Sat, nothing else. Or it's called Satta. Sattajit sugharupamasti satatam naham najatvam risha. There is a verse in Praudhanubhuti. So, Sat alone exists, or pure existence. That is called Kevala Bodha Anubhavam. Pure consciousness or existence consciousness. Okay? Pure consciousness. All words, the words like Om, Tat, Brahman, Atma, Bhagavan, right? Ishvara, all of that, they all denote Sat. I repeat, all words like Om, Brahma, Atma, Tat, okay, then Bhagavan, Ishvara, Paramatma, all of that. Any word you take, it all denotes Sat, that existence, that alone exists. Okay, so it all, One who is not able to realize this or understand this, then they need Saguna Brahmam, etc. Okay? All other deities required, right? Have to have upasanas, etc. required. But one who understands this as pure existence, no more sadhana is required. No need of all the other tools that we use is required. Okay, that's Sadbhavam. So the word Sat is chanted during all auspicious karmas. We'll move to verse number 27. 26 is clear, no? Sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityedat prayujyate prashaste karmani tada satchapta partha yujyate. The word Sat is used or chanted during all auspicious occasions also. So Om Tat Sat is Bhagavan explained. 27. Yajne tapasi dane cha sthiti sadidi chochyate karma chaiva tadarthiyam sadityeva vidhiyate. Yajne, in yagam, yajnam, etc. Tapasi, in all tapas, austerities. Then dane cha, in charities. Sthitihi cha. See, the sthiti cha means steadfastness, right? Sthira buddhi. Sthitihi cha. Sat iti, by the word sat uchyate, it is said, tadarthiyam, for Brahma prapti, karma cha eva. Karma also sat iti eva abhidiyate is said to be sat. One whose mind is steadfast in yajnam, danam, tapas, okay, they chant the word Sat. They chant the word Sat. During all actions, Om Tat Sat, the Sat word is always there. They chant the word Sat. Also, Yama, Niyamas, etc. All the Yama, Niyamas, okay, all the rules and whatever we follow, that also can be called as Sat. Even thinking, talking about Brahman, it is also Sat. Everything is Sat. That is why, there is a verse in Tat Chindanam, Tat Kathanam. Anything that we are thinking about Bhagavan is also Sat. Tat Kathanam, anything that we are, Tat Kathanam, means that talking about it. Anything that we are thinking about Bhagavan is also Sat. Anything that we are discussing about is also Tat. Anyonyam Tat Prabodhanam. Whatever we are discussing among ourselves, that is also Sat. All of this can be called as Sat. So, Yajnam, austerities, Danam, okay, if the mind is established in that Bhagavan, Brahman, it is Sat. That is also Sat. Okay, karma also. Any action that is done is also Sat. If we are thinking of Bhagavan during and before, during and after the karma, if you use the word Bhagavan, if you think about God, that is also Sat. Okay. So all austerities, sacrifices, charity is also called Sat if we think of God. That is a condition is there. Any action for the sake of Brahman, right? Any action for the sake of Brahman is also called Sat. Any action. That means for Brahma Prapti, whatever actions, Yajnam, Danam, Tapas, all other Swadharma is all Sat if the goal is Brahma Prapti. Okay. We will move to the last verse in this chapter, 28th. Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asadityuchyate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asadityuchyate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. Ashraddhaya. See, by now we are very clear what is Shraddha. Right? In the beginning, Shraddha the definition was faith in this chapter, for this chapter. In Vedanta, Shraddha means total faith or belief or trust in Guru Vakyam and scriptures. Right? Now here, it's the beginning, Shraddha means a faith. So every individual lives the way they have faith. That is how we started. Now, Shraddha was Sattvika Shraddha, Rajasic Shraddha and Tamasic Shraddha. 3 types of Shraddha was explained. And tapas also, Manasigam tapas, Vachikam and Sharirigam tapas. Right? Shariram tapas. All that. And this tapas also Bhagavan explained as what is Sattvika tapas, Sattvika Yajna, and what is Sattvika Dhanam, and Rajasic similarly, Tamasic also. So clearly Bhagavan explained all of this in detail in this chapter. And here at last he says, Shraddha here means Sattvika Shraddha only. Here, Sattvika Shraddha. What is Sattvika Shraddha? Absolutely no attachment towards any of the results of the karmas. That is Sattvika Shraddha. Right? All that is offered to Bhagavan only. All my karmas are offered to Bhagavan. Right? So there is absolutely no vested personal interest in the result of the karmas. All karmas are done as a swadharma, which generally will be for the benefit of the society, Loka Sangraham. Okay, naturally it will become Loka Sangraham. The purpose of doing a karma is to get rid of the karma vasana, get rid of all the raga dveshas in the mind, purification of the mind. That is the ultimate goal of doing karma. Chitta Shuddhi is the purpose of doing karma. By not getting attached to the result of the same karma, that is Shraddha. So the goal is Brahma Prapti. Yogam is the goal. Nothing else the goal. Okay. So that is Shraddha. That Shraddha. That is Sattvika Shraddha. One who does without Shraddha. Suppose this Shraddha is not there, which this Shraddha will help us in attaining Jivan Mukti or Moksham, Satya Darshanam, and all the activities like Yajnam, Dhanam, Tapas, etc. are done with Shraddha. If not, Ashraddhaya, if it is done without Shraddha, hey Partha, hey Arjuna, Yat Asatiti, it becomes Asat. Okay, so any actions that we do, any acharam that we do, any sort of performances, any sort of rituals and dhanam, etc., if it is done with Shraddha, it is called Sadacharam. Any action that is done without Shraddha, it is called Asadacharam. Okay? Without Shraddha, that means Ashraddhaya. Without Shraddha, even if we give a lot of charity, even if we do any noble things also, it will not lead towards the goal of Satyam, towards the goal of Brahman. Satya Darshanam will not happen. Jivan Mukti will not happen because there is a lot of ego in doing it. Ahankara is there. In all the noble actions also will have Ahankara in it. When there is Ahankara even if it in the noble actions, that will pull us towards more and more dukkham and more bondage. And here there will not be any happiness in this life, and here iha tat pretya asadit yuchyate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. Even in the other world also, here or even hereafter also, there will not be any happiness because it is asat. There will be no happiness, there will be no shanti either in this life or the life after, and it will lead to more lives which can be worse. So Shraddha is mandatory. That Shraddha, which is Sattvika Shraddha, it is mandatory Okay, so we have to remember that while doing, let it be yajnam, let it be danam, let it be tabas, or let it be our doing our own swadharma. We should remember that Sattvika Shraddha alone will take us towards the goal of Brahma Prapti. Others, anything done without Shraddha is asat, and that will not give any sukham or shanti in this life or hereafter. With this, Bhagavan concludes this chapter, Shradhaa-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogam. So, this Shradhaa-Traya Vibhaaga Yogam, Bhagavan in this chapter, one who reads or contemplates again and again, will clearly tell us how to lead a life, how to live here. It clearly explains. So, with this, we conclude this chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Shradhaa-Traya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayaha. So next class we will start with the last chapter, 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yogam. It is possible so far only by Bhagavan's blessing. There is nothing else, and we are here at the 18th chapter. There are 78 verses in the 18th chapter. As usual, you will take it slowly, and when it concludes, it will conclude. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.